Oh, mic's not on. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. To make sure that I'm connected where I'm supposed to be. We are ready. Hey everyone. Hi. We have people coming in. Hello, hello. Welcome to this week's tax strategy Q&A for business owners where Boris holds nothing back. And you can ask any question that you have. If you are watching us, say hello, tell us where you're watching us from. And Boris is finishing up a meeting and he's going to join us in just a second. In the meantime, you can say hello. You can ask your question so that we're ready for you. Don't be shy. Don't be quiet. We don't like that. We like questions. Hello, Jasmine from Texas. Hello, Brian from Rego Park. Wow, we're also in Rego Park, actually. Very nice. Are you guys subscribed to the channel? Making sure. If you're subscribed, say subscribed. If you're not, please subscribe. Like, I'm on a mission this year to reach as many business owners as we can because you have no idea how it feels when, like the last video that Boris dropped, somebody reached out and said, hey, I didn't know that. Thank you so much. Like, I actually saved money on taxes. So when we know that we're actually helping people save money on taxes, like it's such a feeling you don't understand. Amazing, Brian. Thank you. Share it. If you're subscribed, share with another business owner. We have people coming in. Please, please, please drop your questions. We are live on Instagram. Let us know where you're watching from. Robert. Of course, Robert from Instagram says, of course, it's the best comedy act on Instagram. Well, we're happy that we can make you laugh, Robert. We have Mailer watching from California. Robert's asking, how come I don't have any one of those hats? Like a hat? Should we raffle off a hat today? Okay. Oops. Let me see. Can I collab and do some comedy with Boris? I'll ask him when he comes in. What business are you in, Robert? What do you do? What line of business are you in? We have people watching from Instagram, Facebook. If you have a tax question, please let us know. I'm still waiting for my earpods. Did you reach out? If I had an order for AirPods, I did send everything out. Hello, hello, hello. It is more sleep because he's holding his unique drink at Starbucks. Okay, I don't know. Oh, professional services in life safety, fire alarm systems. Very good. Boris is on another meeting. I'm getting a question from Robert. He's in another meeting. It just ran a bit over, but he's coming here and he's gonna be answering your tax questions. Brian on Facebook is watching. Nice to see you watching from Facebook. I'm in the entertainment industry. My CPA is old school. I had to argue with him to drop my salary for my S corporation. Eventually, he agreed. Yeah. We get a lot of those calls where, you know, like, I sit behind the sales team and I sit behind Boris. So I hear a lot of the conversations that go on where, you know, people are talking to us and they're saying, yeah, I watched Boris's YouTube video and then I went back and I told my accountant and they didn't believe me. And then I showed them the video and then they did the research. So if you want, you can schedule a call, taxplanningcall.com, and we'll see if we're a good fit for you. We would love to help you. The thing is that when it comes to taxes and it comes to tax advisory and it comes to tax preparation, there are two different types of services. So it's like when you are battling your CPA and you're telling your CPA strategies, it's because they're not that professional that's higher up. You know, it's like, I don't know, it's like the dentist versus the orthodontist. It's the tax preparer versus the tax advisor. So you shouldn't have to be going to your CPA. No matter how old school he is, you need to go to your tax advisor. Robert, here's Boris.
You trying to hold up the audience?
Yeah.
Where's the 100K saved? Oh,
I didn't bring it in.
All right, let's bring it in. That's okay. We got tax questions or?
We're
just getting started.
We're just getting started.
Hello, everyone.
Robert DeCino. I'm not only a fan of Boris, but I'm also his client. Oh, hi.
Let's go, Robert.
Robert wants to collaborate with you and come on and do a skit with you.
Sure. Robert, do you want to call in? We have you can call in our studio phone.
Maylor, are you ready for the questions?
I'm ready for the questions.
Okay, so Maylor from Instagram is asking, what are the pros and cons of opening an LLC for a small business?
Okay, so LLC, right? This thing is so thick. You guys
Can I go get the merch?
Yeah, go get it.
I worked on. Why did we?
LLC pros and cons, right? So pros and cons. Okay, so what is a pro and a con of an LLC? That's from Mary Law, right? It's actually a great question for those of you that are just starting the business. Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, we have another addition to our studio. No, you don't want to go on the camera.
Live.
No, it's another family member, my sister. You can say hi. No, okay, all right. Next time. Okay. By the way, you guys see these? We're getting ready to send these out to our clients. I saved $100,000 on taxes. We have a bunch of clients that saved 100K or more on taxes. We're getting ready to send these out. These are not estimated savings of what we think they will save. This is what they actually saved. So if you're a tax advisor client of Boris M Tax, get ready to save 100K on taxes and
Mailer
obviously
wants
get
one.
this.
I want one.
Mailer. You know, should we raffle these off today? Can we give these off?
Pretty cool.
We'll raffle these off. Okay. Melo, so I want to answer your question on pros and cons of an LLC. First of all, I love LLC, right? Why? Because number one, it has why is this so thick? Okay, I think you guys did it for the screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. It has flexibility, okay? Flexibility. You get to choose how do you want to pay taxes, okay? You can either choose to pay taxes as an S corporation, as a C corporation, or a sole proprietorship as a disregarded entity. Now you might say, oh, Boris, why would I want to file, or when do I file as any of these? That depends on your business situation. How much money are you making? How much profits are you bringing in? Okay, so if this is your only business, LLC operating business, and you're making less than $100,000, right, 100K or less in profits, in take-home pay, usually for our tax advisory clients, we keep them in a sole proprietorship LLC. Now, Some accountants out there may be like it's 60,000, even 80,000. I don't agree with that. Just because we now have a qualified business income tax deduction, and having an LLC, having an S corporation at less than $100,000 doesn't make financial sense because you have other expenses. So just stick with me over here. If you're making less than $100,000 in your business profits, sole proprietorship LLC. C corporation is a very high level planning. Remember, we're talking about what's the pros and cons of having an LLC. Pros is that you have a flexibility of how do you want to pay taxes. C corporation, high level planning. If you have high profits in your business, 2 million or more, or even million or more, there are ways that you can actually plan and have your business also be in a C corporation. This is called tax arbitrage, okay? That means you're gonna go from the higher tax bracket to a lower tax bracket, but we want to do it legally, of course, okay? We don't want to just create C corporation, just shift some of the income there. No, there has to be a purpose for it, and do not do this on your own. This is not do-it-yourself project. This is not do it with your tax preparer project. This is do it with a tax advisor to make sure you are compliant, okay? Then there's something that's called an S corporation. This is where majority of business owners fall into because this is your main operating business, okay? So again, pros of an LLC, as a new business, you can start an LLC. You don't have to choose how do you want to file taxes. You can choose later. So first, you can remain as a sole proprietor, disregarded entity, right? So first $100,000 in profit. When you start doing more, you can choose to be an S corporation. That's great. If you want to start a second business of your high-level planning, you could do an LLC and do a C corporation. What are the cons of an LLC? So, okay, so cons of an LLC. Number one, first of all, opening an LLC is a con itself, right? You're like, wait, what do you mean, Boris? Why is that such a thing? Because a lot of people, while they may be very ambitious about starting a business, I'm just being realistic, so don't hate me on this, right? While you may be very ambitious in starting a business, a lot of people start a side gig. Let me try this. And in many cases, it could go and blow up and be a phenomenal business idea. And in other cases, you just started something for 2 months, you tried it, you didn't like it. But if you have an LLC, you have what's called a compliance, right? Like for example, if you have an LLC in the state of California, you have to pay franchise tax of $800. If you have an LLC in the state of New York, you have to annually file a tax return and pay a minimum franchise tax of $25. You have all these compliance issues for something that you wanted to try as a gig and somebody told you, you need an LLC, you need a business. Honestly, you can start a business under your personal name, see if it goes somewhere. If it's doing well, then like, oh, you know what? This is actually something serious. Let me quickly go get an LLC. Another con of an LLC, while LLC is amazing. By the way, when I gave you these pros of an LLC, there's a lot more pros, but I'm just kind of keeping it short here. Another thing is that LLC is all the profits of an LLC are subject to a self-employment tax of 15.3%. Oh, okay. 15.3%. What that means is that you pay Social Security and Medicare tax as an employer, basically as an employer, as an employee of yourself as well. So 15.3% on the entire net profit. That's why when you're making $100,000 or more in profit, we want to switch you over to an S corporation. But we have that flexibility of an LLC. This is what I love about LLC. I hope that answers your question, Melo, and if you have follow-up questions, please feel free to put it in.
So Robert Park says, I love you, Boris, but I love Jacob more.
Wow.
That's a statement.
That's okay. Robert, guys, Jacob is one of our sales advisors at Boris Tax. He enrolls a lot of clients for tax advisory, and I think a lot of clients that work with us should really be grateful to him and our other sales advisor Miguel, just because they're on the front lines and they're like trying to show the business owners that they can do this, right? They can achieve this. Like our tax advisory clients save $100K or more on taxes. Okay, we're raffling these off today, and you get to choose what you want your color to be. A blue, or is this navy blue?
Navy blue.
All right, and a gray one. So we'll give these away. I don't know if anybody's interested in a hat. Can we get hats? Also says $100K on taxes.
Somebody said they wanted a hat, so
somebody wants.
Yeah, somebody said why? How come?
Yeah, we'll give you a hat. We'll give you everything. Yeah, I'll give you mugs. Okay, what else we got? Do we have more questions?
Yeah. First of all, if you're watching, say hello. I see a lot of people coming on. Just say hello. Let us know where you're from. If you're subscribed, share it with a friend. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Question from Chat.
Okay.
Chat stuff. What's your name? I don't want to, or Boris.
Oh, are we giving out the phone number for people to call?
Not yet.
Yeah. Who wants the phone number to call, guys? Let me know. All right. What's the question, Mariana?
Chat stuff is asking, is there a rule of thumb on a ratio for W-2 salary versus distribution for an S corporation owner?
Rule of thumb. Okay. So who's this, Mariana?
Chat stuff.
By the way, guys, I'm gonna decrease how thick this thing writes because I'm running out of space. If you guys can't see it, you let me know. This is way too thick. Okay.
Brian Latour says, hello, Boris.
Hi, Brian. This is, who's your chat?
He's actually from Regal Park, he said.
Okay. But if you're Regal Park, walk into our studio right now. We're gonna
ask your question live.
Get in our studio. You can ask a question here. The address is on Google. Who asked the question about W-2 distribution?
Chat stuff. Chat.
Chat?
Chat.
Okay. Oh, this is better. Okay. So the question is, hey, W-2 versus distribution for an S corporation owner. What should my ratio be? Distribution. Guys, I want to tell you a really interesting fact, okay? I read this on the IRS website itself, not even in the publication. I have to admit, I read it a couple of years ago. I think it's still there. I can't imagine IRS updating their websites, unless the facts change, of course, right? It actually said on the IRS website, you can't just allocate percentage. You can't just say, let's say, for example, you made $1 million, and you say, you know what, I'm going to pay, there's a healthy distribution of, 40% salary and 60% distribution. There's no such thing, right? You Google it, it'll bring you to IRS website. There's no healthy distribution, chat. What you need to understand is that you can pay on your W-2, even 40% of $1 million is $400,000. You can literally pay yourself a reasonable compensation of $180,000, right? So again, depending what your reasonable compensation is, as long as it is reasonable for you in your situation, for the taxes that you do, we do reasonable comp analysis for all of our tax advisory clients, okay? This is like a must, okay? As long as you figure out what that reasonable compensation, your tax advisor figures out, then you can take out as many distributions as you want. You can have it on a, some kind of a schedule, or if you need the money, you can take it out. As long as, of course, you have basis in the company, which, again, if you're a profitable business owner, you have enough profits, taking out distribution should not be an issue unless you have also a lot of loans. What I usually tell my tax advisory clients and anybody that we're doing the CFO advisory for as well, this is where we do their monthly bookkeeping and we do their financials and so forth. We always track this, and we also make sure that they don't take out more money from the company that there is. And you might be thinking, Boris, how can somebody take out more money from the company that actually there is? I'm going to give you an example, right? So let's say, for example, you had profit, let's say January, right? Or as of December, let's just do a better example, right? As of December 31st, your financials show profit, a cash profit of $20,000. Okay? Everything stays equal. There's nothing else in the company. That's the only money after all the expenses. And you haven't taken any distributions. This profit is sitting in your bank account. You can take out $20,000. No harm, right? No problem. But if you also have a loan, let's say of $80,000, and now you have a total cash in the business of $100,000, can you take out distributions of an entire $100,000? The answer is, you can, but is it going to have tax consequences? And the answer is yes. This is what I mean when I say you take out more money from the business that there is. Yes, you have a cash of $100,000, but really what business has made and what your equity, what your shareholders' basis is $20,000. So again, distributions are really, really important. I speak to a lot of medical professionals, right? There's a lot of dentists, orthodontists. We've got chiropractors, right? And then we also have physicians, right? They're always at loss at what their distribution should be. And they take out a very, very high salary. I had actually recently somebody I spoke to, salary is high, and took out $800,000 worth of distribution. He thinks his distribution is too high. I'm like, no, I think your salary is too high. Distribution is not enough. As long as you pay yourself reasonable compensation. I think this is the biggest thing that a lot of, especially medical professionals, business owners in total, but medical professionals also need advisory on. Okay, Mariana, what else we got?
I have an interesting question.
We've got an interesting question.
ChatGPT says.
Somebody said ChatGPT says?
Yeah, question from
Let's
Robert.
go. Boris versus ChatGPT. This is really delayed? Is that how
I
delayed it
don't know.
is?
I'm not sure.
Okay. All right, let's go.
ChatGPT says I can write off pets for my business. So I bought a horse and parrot. What's my next
very
move?
delayed. Huh? No, we're looking at the restream. It just started showing what I was doing for chat. That's on what?
This is YouTube.
This. Oh, we're good on YouTube. So this is the restream is very slow. Okay, cool. Okay, as long as I can see us here. All right, perfect. So what were you saying?
ChatGPT says I can write off pets for my business, so I bought a horse and parrot. What's my next move?
A donkey and a horse, and well, he already has a horse.
Yeah,
so
he has a horse.
So maybe he can buy a donkey, and then a camel. I would buy a camel.
Chickens. And so you can
Chickens,
get some
yeah, sure,
pasture-raised eggs.
yeah. Treat it as a business expense. Yeah, no, I'm kidding. I don't know, guys. What do you mean they can't buy and write it off? Where do you guys get that from? Stop trusting ChatGPT. Okay, next. Who was this?
Robert.
Robert Park?
Yeah.
No wonder you love Jacob. He's probably feeding you all this information. I'm kidding. Robert, I don't know where you're getting that from. Okay, next. What else we got?
Guys, ask your tax questions to be entered into our raffle. Are you doing? What are we raffling off today?
No, we're just gonna raffle everybody. Of course, we can only raffle them if we see their name in the chat.
But that's what I'm saying. If you guys are asking questions, we would love to send you things.
All right, let's do it. You have anything on Instagram?
This was Instagram. No.
I thought you had it here. Okay, very good.
I have it
so,
here, yeah.
I did want to... So, we just made a long-form video with Satra right here, our video guy, right? Okay, cool. I want to talk about cost segregation. Okay, cost segregation for medical professionals, okay? So, if you're not a medical professional and you're watching this live, this applies to you also. I'm just bringing in medical professionals. I'll explain to you why in a second, okay? Let me know in the chat if you guys, anybody is a medical professional. Mariana, let me know. Okay, so here's the thing. What is a cost segregation? Number one, let's kind of define that, right? What is a cost segregation? So when you buy a property, let's say commercial property, maybe I should redraw the commercial property, right? So when you buy a commercial property, let's say a building, okay? Let's say these are windows, okay? And you bought it for $1 million, okay? You have to first allocate out land, right? What is land and what is building? So we'll just use an example. Let's say land was 20%. You're left with $800,000 building value, okay? So IRS says when you buy a property or, right?
Robert says he was just kidding.
That's okay, Robert. I'm happy because I got worried because you're our client and you want to start buying donkeys to write it off.
He says I was just kidding, but thanks for the laugh. However, I do have a serious question.
No, wait, we got to finish this. So $800,000, let's say, so you bought the land. So the rule is that when you buy a real estate, commercial real estate, you divide this by 39 years, okay? That's your deduction. You can't buy something, a building for $800,000 and write it off the first year. So if it's commercial building, you divide it by 39 years, excuse me. That is $20,500 deduction every month that you're getting, okay? So very important. You bought $1 million building, $20,500. Now, cost segregation is actually the proper way of doing the depreciation, saying, wait, let's take a look at this building. There's different components in the building that has 15 years or less of useful life. And if it's under 15 years, it can qualify for a bonus depreciation. So roughly speaking, okay, when you're doing cost segregation, it's about 25% of the building value is what you can deduct in your first year. So if we take 800,000 times 25%, that's $200,000, okay? Am I correct on that? Yeah, I am correct on that, but let's see. Yes, okay. That's $200,000. So now you have, right, so 200,000, I'm going to do it like this. It's 100% deduction, and the remainder $600,000. Guys, follow me on this because this is really, why is this not racing? Because this is really, really important, okay? This is over 39 years, okay? So you can deduct $200,000 the first year. And you're going to take $600,000 and divide it over the course of 39 years. So 600 divided by 39, you're left with $15,000. 15,000, okay, approximately. So now your depreciation deduction is $215,000 compared to $20,000. Wow, 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 wow. Now, cost segregation for medical professionals. So I had somebody called me. He was referred. It was a dentist who was referred by another dentist. He calls me up. He's like, hey, I have an accountant. He does a couple of strategies for me, but I want to do cost segregation. I have 2 buildings, and my accountant says I can't do it because I'm a medical professional. I'm not a real estate professional. And I asked him a simple question: do you own the buildings 100%? Yes. Does your medical practice, your dental practice, operates in your building? Yes. Are you 100% owner of the business? Yes. Are you 100% tenant? Yeah. Yes, 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 yes. I said, you can absolutely do cost segregation, but my accountant says I can't, and he won't help me. I'm like, your accountant is almost correct because he's right. You need to be a real estate professional to be able to deduct losses, right? Passive losses that turned not passive. But in your case, you are self-renting, and there is a special rule in the IRS tax code. You can group the business profit, your dental practice, I told them, and losses generated by your building in which your rental practice operates, your dental practice operates, and you can do this under 469 grouping, right? And you have to let IRS know, hey, I'm grouping 2 of my activities, my dental practice and the losses from the real estate in which dental practice operates. Now, these losses become deductible. You just have to make this grouping under 469. What that means is it's very simple. On your tax return, you have to attach a statement and say, IRS, we are grouping our election. We're treating both activities as one under this section, and you are done. All right, hope this is helpful for everybody watching this. By the way, if you're not a medical professional, can you still do grouping, and can you still do self-rental strategy where you group these 2 together? The answer is absolutely yes.
So chat was asking, do you have seminars or is your consulting on one-on-one? So he recently purchased the book. So do you want to? So
Chad just purchased our S Corporation Tax Secrets book. So that's what he says, right?
And Preet was asking, when is our new book coming out?
Okay, new book. Honestly, I've been not doing anything about it for the past 10 days. I'll be honest with you.
It is tax season.
It is tax season, and we're doing this lot. But the book is going to be done, God willing, by the end of February. Okay. Okay, Chad is saying, Boris, I bought your S Corporation Tax Secrets book. By the way, for those of you that don't know, we have a S Corporation Tax Secrets book. It is $19, so if you want to get it, it's S Corporation Tax, what is it? scorptaxbook.com. But if you don't want to pay $19, I don't blame you. Who wants to pay to the guy on the internet? You can get a free 7 tax write-offs that every S Corporation owner can use, and that's 7taxwriteoffs.com. By the way, can we next time do on the live stream where we can just have a link on the bottom all the time? I think we can do it. I've seen it done before. Yes, we can do it. I'll take that as a yes. That's it. It's a homework. All right, cool. So he says, Boris, I bought the S Corporation Tax Secrets book. Is there a consultation fee I can pay?
He wants to know if there are if we have seminars or is our consulting on one-on-one?
I do have webinars occasionally. Yes. Didn't we want to do a 4-day challenge in February?
We did.
Oh, man, I have to write a book.
Season.
I have to do tax season. I have to do the challenge. Yeah. Okay, but anyways, I do have good news for you, Chad. We do raffle off a free 30-minute consultation with myself on this live. So
and you did ask a question, so you're already
So yeah,
eligible.
Whoever asks this question, did we tell this to people? We didn't announce it, right? So, anyways, we're going to raffle off 30-minute consultation with myself. It's completely free. Marianne is going to put all the names on the board. Are we raffling this off?
Yeah, we could do 2 raffles.
Nah, we're not going to raffle this off. We're just going to send it to whoever asked for it. It was...
Maylor.
Maylor, if she's still here.
So just
Maylor, you got this thing. This thing costs a lot of money, by the way. When we ordered these, I was like, what the hell? But whatever. It was one of those items that doesn't require my approval. They just order it. Okay, what else we got? We have any more questions?
Yes. Let me tell you.
Guys, I do have a hard stop at 355. So if you guys have any tax questions, right now is the time to take advantage of this.
Yes. So Robert said his question was, if you need to wear business attire like suits, can that be a write-off?
This is Robert Park or another Robert?
Robert Park.
Robert Park, you are our client. You know better. You know better.
He just
You want to buy a donkey, write it off. You want to, what else did he buy there? A parrot. Now he wants to write off his suits. You know better, Robert. You know better. All right.
Maylor on Instagram is asking, if I open up an LLC, is it a good idea to set up a payroll to pay employees? Can you pay W-2 or 1099?
Good question. I love the question, by the way, guys. So Maylo is thinking like a business owner, right? He's like, Boris.
I think it's a she.
Yeah, that's what I said. Maylo is thinking like a business owner. Yeah.
Okay.
What? Are you making fun of my English again?
Oh.
No? Okay. All right. So, guys, she asked Boris, what's the pros and cons of an LLC? So we answered that question. Now she's like, Boris, I'm going to have people working for me. Should they be a W-2 employees or 1099 contractors? So I'm not going to go into all the details, the differences between W and 1099, what qualifies as what, but a very simple high-level overview. If you're telling your employees when to work, you give them the schedule, like 9 to 5, 9 to 3, 3 times a week. You provide them with necessary equipment, supplies, whatever that is, that to work with, right? Such as a computer and a desk. Then they are W-2 employees. 1099 contractors is when you have no control over what and when they do it, as long as they get a project done for you, right? Think about, for example, hiring a marketing agency. Like we have somebody, a contractor who, makes sure that our automations and our funnels are working. Like when you go to escorptaxbook.com or you go to 7taxwriteoffs.com, all of those automations that are there, he's maintaining it, right? But he's doing it on his own time, on his own schedule. As long as the work gets done and everything is working nicely, then we're fine. So that's a contractor, right? Independent. So I'm just going to put one word that's kind of to summarize it. What's the difference for you as an employer? Maylo, if you have employees on a W-2, for every $100 that you're going to pay your employee, expect to pay approximately 10% in payroll taxes. Oh, let me just do that. Oh my God. Hold on. There you go. Expect to pay approximately 10% in payroll taxes. This could be Social Security, Medicare, FICA, and your state unemployment insurance. Okay, you're going to have to register for all of that. So is it more expensive for you when you have W-2 employees rather than 1099? The answer is yes, it is more expensive. Okay, but if they qualify as a W-2 employees, then you have no choice but to have them as a W-2 employees. If they don't qualify as W-2 and they're 1099, well, guess what? They're going to pick up 7.65% extra in taxes, but that's on them. They are the contractors, they are the freelancers, they are the self-employed independent contractors, okay? I hope that answers your question. What else we have?
Yes, we have a question from Randy Conrad. Security consul for.
Okay.
So if I have an S corporation and I have filed for an extension for my 2025 business and personal, can you help on this, or are we too late for 2025?
Can we repeat that question?
If I have an S corporation and
Yeah.
I have filed for an extension for my 2025 business and personal, can you help on this, or are we too late to file for 2025?
No. So this is who's the question from?
Randy Conrad.
Okay, Randy. So guys, listen up everyone, because this is important. Randy touched on something. We have a March 15th deadline, okay? March 15th deadline is when you file taxes for the S corporation and the partnerships. Oh my God, why am I making mistakes here? Okay, March 15th deadline, okay?
Wow.
What?
March 15th.
March 15th, yes, I know. March 15th is a deadline, okay? So Randy says, Boris, if you don't have all your, I should say it nicely, I was going to say, if you guys don't have all your documents together to file your taxes, right? Beep, right? If you guys don't have all your documents, you can file for an extension with the IRS. The extension is basically saying, hey, I still need more time to file my S corporation tax return. If you're in a state such as California or New York or some other states that require you to pay a state franchise tax, you make sure you want to pay that with an extension. But you can file an extension and you get a 6 months extension. So Randy is asking Boris, I filed an extension for 2025. Can we still do our taxes with another accountant or whatever that is if we filed with one accountant? The answer is absolutely yes. The extension is just one piece of paper, really, that's get electronically filed with the IRS. It's form 7004, which basically says you need an extension. So if you need to file your taxes somewhere else, you absolutely can.
Texas.
Who?
Randy.
Randy's in Texas. Okay. Texas doesn't have a franchise tax unless you hit, I believe, certain income thresholds. I don't remember what those thresholds are. So you would have to check with your advisor. Thank you. Or, well, I don't know. But yeah, we have to check it also. But that's as far as to Texas. Okay. Who else we got?
Molina is saying, do you guys partner with other CPA firms? He's a CPA, it seems like. Well, yeah, he says J. Molina CPA. Great advice on 469 grouping. We see it a lot as well.
Okay, what else we got?
Guys, ask questions. Any other questions? You know what Boris says, if you don't ask questions, we're cutting it short.
We end this early.
Which is good for me, because I get to go.
No, you staying. You got to do the raffle. Do you guys have any questions for Mariana? Who has questions for Mariana? Come on, guys. Let's get some questions for Mariana. We are on Instagram. Where's our TikTok? Aren't we on TikTok?
Yeah, but we didn't have any questions from there.
Oh, you can see that?
Odie's monitoring it. She's
okay.
Sending it over.
Guys, any questions for Mariana? Let's go. Nobody likes you, Mariana.
Hey, you're my #1 fan. Well, I don't need anything else.
All right, nice save, nice save. All right, so I guess we'll end this a little bit early.
Topenda actually said he got an audiobook. Yay.
Okay, cool. And Melo says she wants a 30-minute free call, please. Yes, we're going to raffle that off. We can raffle that off. And then, cool.
Are we gonna raffle?
Yes,
Let's
you guys
do
can
it.
raffle off. Cool. All right. Thank you, guys. And I'm going to leave you here with Mariana, the one and only, the best Mariana in the world. Okay. By the way, how many of you follow Mariana on Instagram? She got some great content.
Robert is on a roll today.
What he's got?
Robert, Boris, you're the man who makes these. I can't even say that
Where
word.
is that?
On Instagram.
Boris, you're the man who makes these sexy. That's right.
Who makes taxes.
Okay. All right, guys. We're doing that. Thank you all. And then I will see you soon. Till the next time. All right. Thank you, Mariana.
Yes. Guys, this was a good live. You asked a lot of questions. Could have asked more. It's okay. Next week. Next week. Maylor from Instagram says, you're the best. Thank you for your time. Thank you for joining us. I know how difficult it is for business owners to, take an hour out of their day to come to these Q&As, but, we're hoping that this was of value. If you have questions, save them, ask them. You can also call in. I could have asked many more questions, but I was dry, Robert. Okay, next week. Well, have a nice day. I'll see you soon. We'll see you soon. Okay, we have the wheel of names. Okay, so here's how it goes. I'm gonna spin the wheel, and we're gonna raffle off a tumbler. You'll shoot me an email and with your address, and we'll get that going for you. So I'll do two. I'll do one raffle for a tumbler, and I'll do a second raffle for a 30-minute consultation with Boris. If you asked your tax question, you will be entered. Gnuhu on Instagram says, question. I'm sorry, the tax guy left. I can't answer your tax questions. If I haven't filed an LLC for the past 7 years, how can I get interest and penalties waived? I'll see if Boris will answer that live. I can't answer that. I handle marketing, not tax. But let's spin the wheel. We're gonna raffle off the tumbler. Congratulations, Randy Conrad. Just send us an email, boris.musheyev@borismtax.com. Let us know you won, and we will send one over to you. Let us know what color you want. This is also, if you know, like, this is also a good affirmation if you're just a new business owner and you're starting and you're like thinking how much money you can save on taxes. Drink from that. It'll keep you going to make sure like you saved $100,000 on taxes. Okay, I'm gonna remove you. Okay, next, 30-minute consultation with Boris. Let's see who's gonna get that one. Wow. You know, last time, someone, I think it was Meta, she was watching and she said, I never won anything before in my life. And as she said that, her name popped up. So Maylor, affirmations are real. You just said you wanted a 30-minute consultation with Boris. Please reach out, boris.musheyev@borismtax.com. Let us know you won, and we'll send you a calendar for a free 30-minute consultation with Boris. Congratulations. Thank you. And we'll see you again next week, same time.